Welcome to Toffee TV, it's the Everton News Daily. I'm sure we're all still happy and buzzing after yesterday's 2-0 win over Crystal Palace at Goodison Park. And one of the goal scorers has spoken, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, about coming off the bench and trying to get in that first team. He said, all I can do coming off the bench is affect the game and put a question mark in the manager's mind. And try and get in the team, and yeah, that's all he can do. Him and Cenk Tosun, obviously come off the bench, both scoring goals, and that's just hugely important, isn't it? It's hugely important to be able to put these subs on and to make a massive impact in the game, or a small impact in the game. That means that we end up winning the game, and you can only praise the positivity of the manager as well for putting these subs on, and for these players as well to be rearing to go. You know, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Cenk Tosun and Ademola Lookman all looked well off for it yesterday. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's attitude, I always think, spot on. Some people don't think he's that good a footballer. I think he is, and I think it's the attitude that gets him a long way as well, because I think he's got a grasp of how Premier League football is played, and is up for it. Basically, he wants it, and maybe what he lacks in technique and in finishing at times, maybe that composure, he makes up for by hard work and wanting to get better. I think that's a really important thing. Obviously, Cenk Tosun, great goal as well. Looks happy as well. He'll want to play games, and he will play games. And Ademola Lookman, I thought for the first time yesterday, or the first time for a while, sorry, he looked up for it. His attitude seems to be slightly different. He looked like he wanted to fight for the team. I don't know whether that's because he's had a kick up the backside from somebody, or he's just generally happy and feels settled now at Everton and thinks he's got a chance. He will have a chance. Theo Walcott's not in a great run of form at the moment, and maybe the manager will want to freshen it up in the next few weeks. And Ademola Lookman, if he keeps playing, if he plays well and does good things in the right areas, will get a chance. So fair play to all the subs yesterday. I think we're getting a stronger squad, and that's the most important thing. If you're on Patreon, the Tuesday topic tomorrow, make sure to check that out, where we'll be discussing Yerry Mina and how he gets into this team, and the importance of such a strong squad, and how it shouldn't really matter who plays as long as that 11 are all fighting for the shirt. So check that out if you're on Patreon. If you're not on Patreon and you want to be on Patreon, go and check it out. Nikola Vlasic, currently CSK Moscow on loan, has spoken about his desire not only to play in La Liga, but why maybe hasn't gone right at Everton. He said that the Premier League is too defensive, basically. He said that he gets more of the ball at Moscow, and Everton play more defensively. Well, maybe we did under Sam Allardyce, maybe we did under Ronald Koeman. He said only the top 5-6 managers in the Premier League play attacking football. The rest, it's all a desire not to lose games. And to be honest, I agree with him to a point there. I do agree with him that most teams in the Premier League are defensive. I think there's the likes of Bournemouth who want to play. Everton now want to win games. Leicester want to win games. But I think for the most part, everyone else tries to not lose games first. And he said it just didn't suit his style, and obviously he is happy at CSK Moscow now. Obviously, I think he is talking about the time under Sam Allardyce. He wasn't really part of the plans in the summer, and it'll be interesting to see what happens when his loan moves up, to see whether he'll be part of the plans then. He seems to be going the right way about alienating himself from the fans, but I think when things aren't going well for you, these statements sort of sting you. But when things are okay, you just, as a fan, you don't care. Who cares? Who cares how he's playing? Who cares how any of our players are playing on loan? You watch them and you go, well done, but you don't really get bothered because your team's doing well, and you think the manager's been vindicated for sending them on loan. So I hope he gets better. I hope he improves. I hope he becomes a great player. And if the manager feels like he wants to bring him back, he'll bring him back. Sound. If he doesn't, he doesn't. He moves them on, and it'll be for the better for everyone. So I think he's just got to remember that we are his parent club. We've been linked with a couple of moves today as well. Obviously, it's not that long till that window opens, and hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, Marcel Brands, Marco Silva and the board will be planning for what happens in that January transfer window, if anything happens. So we are being linked with players. We've been linked with Hazard. No, the other Hazard, his brother. Thorgan Hazard plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach. He is an attacking midfielder, stroke winger, 25-year-old. Has scored 20 goals in 85 games for Borussia Dortmund. Was on loan to them, as they're now permanently. 14 caps for the Belgium national team as well. We've been linked with him. And we've also been linked with a Hamburg defender. Hamburg are in Borussia are in the Bundesliga 2, so the second division. Young Scottish defender under 21, David Bates, was previously at Rangers. His contract run out there and he made the move to Germany, like a lot of young English, British players seem to be doing at the moment. Apparently he's had a great start, and a lot of Premier League teams are monitoring him, maybe to bring him back to these shores and give him a chance for one of you know, maybe in the under 23 team and then into the first team. So we've been linked with him today, as have a lot of other Premier League teams. So that's about it for today. If you're on Patreon, check out the extended final word. The final word will be on YouTube later. If you're on Patreon as well, check out the Man of the Match show. And any of the content from after the game, it's all good, it's all exciting, we're all dead happy. If you want to keep that happiness going, make sure you check that out. Also, if you haven't watched the Road to Glory series with the Red Men, go and check that out. A new episode came out on Friday. The Merseyside derby will be out this Friday. Make sure you check that out if you want. There you have it. This has been the Everton News Daily. I'll see you later.